Hey everybody, it's Friday night, which means Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is finally back after a month hiatus. I think they just wanted to take a break because of the Olympics and whatever else, and I guess just give the actors a bit of a break too. So we're still on season 5. We're now episode 11, or in the long run, episode 99, because next week is the celebrated episode 100. So it's going to be a big deal next week. This episode was called All the Comforts of Home. Just a quick note, if you're new here, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell because I do post on a regular basis. Also, if you're like reviewing stuff and you want to get a quick out review real quick, I've mentioned it before, there's the Stardust app. I'll leave a link down below to join. It's free to use. It's basically you can post 30-second reviews and say, like, I really didn't like this thing, or I really thought this was cool, and just boom, get it out there. You can follow other people. A lot of YouTube reviewers use it, like Flickerman. Who's another new one? Jeremy Jacobs. I'm starting to follow him, and some other people, Sean Chandler, those kind of guys. They're using it. It's a cool thing. If you just want to, like, I just saw this movie, you guys should go see it, and then boom, you can pass it on to your friend. It's just like it's like Instagram or Snapchat for movie reviewers or TV reviewers. I'll leave all that down below. So let's get into this episode. So the team is back on Earth. If you missed a little bit, they used the monolith in the previous episode. And yes, they're back at the proper time. They're back in the Lighthouse, which is somewhere in Ontario, which I thought was kind of cool. Basically, I'm not going to spoil this one at all. Definitely, it's a go watch. Overall, it was a pretty good episode. I'll just give you a little bit of what's happening. So when we do cut back to the episode, we're actually seeing General Hale talking to, we find its daughter, whose name is Ruby. She's not called Ruby in the episode, but that's how she's listed in the credits, played by Dove Cameron. The whole mother-daughter thing, you were late for school and what's going on. We start off like that. So we're introduced to this new character. Back to the base, and the team's trying to figure out where they are, and we actually find out, and I don't think it was mentioned before, but it's an actual old school, like from the 70s, ancient S.H.I.E.L.D. base, because they walk by one of the pillars, and you see the old World War II S.H.I.E.L.D. logo back from the Agent Carter days. We got a little bit of a cameo of, I don't know if he was playing it before, but it's Patrick, Patrick Warburton from Family Guy and other shows like that. And what's the other one? Oh, the Venture Brothers. Anyway, he plays a character called General Rick Stoner. And he's on this little holograph thing, and he's sort of like doing a tour guide kind of thing of what the base looks like. Everybody's splitting up, medical attention everybody. Daisy's still been iced out, and everybody just splits up. May and Fitz go for a tour to go do an inventory of what they're working with, we call it, and Coulson just hangs around because he has to talk with Daisy, because she comes out of it, she's probably going to be mad at him. So we're introduced to some newer characters, an actor named Joel David Moore. If you've seen the Avatar movie, he played one of the scientists when they were doing the, putting the guys in the pod so they can become a Navid. We also have a comeback of Agent Piper, into her later on in the episode, played by Brianna Vescoon. Yeah, and Joel David, he's actually playing a guy called Noah, who is similar to Enoch, and he's a Chromacom, or whatever they're called, basically, android guy. They look at everything, and they're borderline watchers. So this guy's actually maintaining this base for them. Everybody's getting back up to speed, and then they see, there's this event that's been happening, that Voss, and he mentioned about there's a light comes down from the sky, and they think it's aliens and something's going to happen. We find out later it's just some kind of a Kree beacon. Everything is Kree, I guess, in this. Phil was killed by the Kree. The Kree were running things back in the previous episode, so Kree are everywhere. The team's going to do is they're going to investigate what's going on with this light in the sky to find out it's actually not a light coming down from the sky. It's a light going up in the sky, and we find it's an actual beacon. We're going to go check out the lab. They still have, I forgot about this, that actually Fitz left a cloaked Zephyr in the backyard near the lighthouse, so they use that to go investigate the lab. That's when they bump into Agent Piper. I don't want to give away too much because there's some interesting plot points people, you know, characters we thought were gone are coming back again. Like I said, there's Piper. There's some other people showing up later on the episode that makes things a little bit interesting. Seeing some of the trailers, you find out that actually everybody from S.H.I.E.L.D. is wanted by the government, basically. I saw that one clip of Daisy going, yes, we're not just wanted, we're most wanted. We really don't know why, other than we found out from before, I believe it was in Rewind, when, what do we call it, when Fitz hooked up with Lance. Not Lance, with Hunter. When Fitz and Hunter that was a really cool episode too. I'll leave again the link for that one here for my review on that one. And that's one, I think, one of the first time you get to see Hale. I think Hale took over from the other General Talbot, the guy you also see on here used to play on Heroes. I totally forget that actor's name. And so it's still like we got to go get these guys, that kind of thing. But it's not, the story is not about. It's sort of in the background of, like, you know, the guys got to watch their step, because at any moment maybe the government may swoop down and capture them. If you have seen the trailer, so this is not a spoiler, but there are some reveals. Like, we have some, when they're down in the lab, they are confronted later on by kind of a government SWAT team and this person that's in some sort of a mask with a hoodie on, but we don't know who that person is. We don't know who this new person is. It's just everybody's trying to figure out, okay, we're back now. What's up with the beacon? Let's go check out the beacon. No, it's a trap. I'm not going to tell you what the trap is or who sprung the trap, but you can probably surmise who's trying to do what. Looks like S.H.I.E.L.D.'s getting a little bit better. I still felt it was choppy while they're in Future Earth. There were some episodes that weren't too bad. The Rewind episode was beautiful, like I said before, with Fitz and Hunter. But again, S.H.I.E.L.D. 2, we'll see what happened with episode 100, because there's a big talk about that. They did show the trailer for that one where, you know, Daisy's like, oh, there's no such thing as S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore, and S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't represent anything, but feels like a bill. You know, we need S.H.I.E.L.D., we need structure. We just can't go running around willy-nilly and doing whatever we want, or, you know, let the government, you know, say what's happening. There has to be, you know, checks and balances. We can't just have, you know, we need control, but the right kind of control. Unfortunately, we kept Mac and Yo-Yo because they get a little whinier. I think there's sometimes they take turns, or sometimes Yo-Yo gets whiny and sometimes Mac gets whiny, but this time Yo-Yo got a bit whiny. Some things that were mentioned previously when Seer Yo-Yo in the one episode was talking about, oh yes, you know, now that she has the ability to see, some of that looks like it might be coming to fruition. So, you know, at least they're sort of tying back to stuff, which is kind of good, as opposed to somebody saying, oh, we're gonna you know, they're keeping the continuity going, which I'm like, S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually pretty good with their continuity. I actually did, while I was on hiatus, because I had a month to kill, I did start watching season 1 again, because I found that still is, to me, what S.H.I.E.L.D. is. This is how I remember S.H.I.E.L.D. If you want to comment, use the S.H.I.E.L.D. app. Not the S.H.I.E.L.D., sorry. Use the yes, use the S.H.I.E.L.D. app to comment. Use the Stardust app if you want to comment or after you've seen it. There's a lot of chatter again on the tweeters, on the twatters. But overall, it's pretty good. So, I put it out again to you guys. Did you like it? Did you not like it? My video, did you like it? Did you not like it? Don't forget again, hit subscribe, hit the notifications. Use that Stardust app if you want to get the word out there to tell people, like, hey, you really got to go watch this thing. It's a really good, quick way of just getting the word out there, and I highly recommend it. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.